toy with God. Don't take the name of God for granted. Don't take the word of God for granted. Don't take anything that has to do with God for granted. We are in an age, in an era where people take the word of God for granted, where people celebrate their technologies, celebrate their ideas, where people want to have a sense of belonging. So we tolerate things we should not tolerate. People, the LGBTQ society with all kind of ideology, and the world is tolerating it and even imposing it on other countries, and we're keeping quiet. No, don't toy with God. That is an affront. That is a challenge. And it is said, some things are said to be politically correct. That you cannot express the truth because the truth will offend another person. So truth becomes relative. It's no more absolute. God is the truth. His word is the truth. And we cannot say the truth because it's going to offend some other person. But they have the opportunity to say things that would offend us. Truth will always offend lies. Take note of it. Well, you see, the challenge here is don't take the word of God for granted. Through history, people that have taken the word of God for granted, toyed with God, have regretted it. Ask Nebuchadnezzar. 7 seasons eating grass like an animal. Now, there are many people in history that have made that mistake. Why do people take the word of God for granted? Because 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20 tells us, 25 to be precise says, for the foolishness of God is wiser than man's wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than man's strength. Yeah. Sometimes the word of God might sound foolish, and we might think we're civilized. We might think we know better. We're technologically advanced. So we want to take the word of God, this ancient truth, this timeless truth for granted. We struggle, we're imperfect, and God is loving. He tolerates many things. He sympathizes and finds a way to save us. That was why he sent Jesus to pay the price. But we're not even looking for mercy. No, we have the audacity to even say, entreat him that he's not even there, and say things that utterly dishonor God. And we support such people. No, there's always a price tag. One of the best presidents of America, William Navarre, 1984, before his election, said if he could only get 500,000 votes, not even God could impeach him from the presidency. Not even God could stop him from being president. And God allowed him to get the 500,000 votes. But on the eve of his inauguration as president, he fell ill. 39 days later, he was dead. Take note of it. He said not even God could stop him. The builder of the Titanic had said, when he was asked by a reporter how safe the Titanic was, he was like, not even God could stop, not even God could sink the Titanic. You and I know the story of the Titanic. Don't toy with God. Yeah, a young girl who was traveling with her friends. When her friends came home to pick her, a young lady to be precise, and the mother was concerned of her safety and said, let the Lord go with you. May God go with you. And she was like, well, Mom, there's no room for God, as you can see in the car, unless if he's going to be in the trunk, unless if he's going to join us in the trunk. She was with her drunken friends. They were already drinking, and they traveled out. And report came. All of them died. They had a crash, had an accident. All of them died. The car was beyond recognition, except for the trunk. Except for the trunk. All of them died. Car crashed. In that trunk was a crate of eggs. And that crate was preserved. Every other person died. Everything crashed. Trunk preserved. Crate of eggs preserved. You see, God sometimes has a way of proving to us that he still remains God. He is sovereign. He is in charge. He could be very patient, like it is said. The mills of God grind very slowly, but they grind very fine. So I encourage you, whatever you do, don't toy with God, and don't join those that take the word of God or the name of God for granted. God bless you.